You know, I love it when every now and then the WWE pulls a miracle out of their ass and provides some entertainment. It's a rare thing nowadays.
Yep.
But they did it. At least I think so with TLC. Now, that's not to say it was all fucking roses and peaches. That's a saying, right?
Nope.
But yeah, man, it turned out to be a lot more entertaining. We're going to talk about that and, break it down a little. Now, full disclosure, this may have been a complete stinker if we had seen all the matches in the pre-show.
True.
But we didn't, thankfully. We missed the, what's it called, Cruiserweight, because, who cares? And we missed Elias and Bobby Lashley because, again, who cares?
Bobby.
We did catch Carmella and R-Truth versus Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. This was the mixed match final. And, man, I give it to R-Truth, mainly. This was actually kind of a fun little throwaway starter thing, It was pretty entertaining. Carmella and R-Truth won. That's the obvious result.
Who the hell wants Jinder to win? Oh, you're a big fan.
She did a code of silence to Foxy, and that was that. And, yeah, man, but in between, we had some hijinks, as would be expected from R-Truth and company. A little dance break, of course, because we got to get our Carmella ass moves in.
Yep.
And, yeah, man, whatever, positive notes it fostered, though, was kind of soured with the little aftermath of it, where, they did this gag about where they were going to take their trip to that they won, which I guess that's the thing, a prize. Yeah, that was stupid. But anyway, it was a fun little stupid match.
It's also worth to note that they're now going to be the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so I guess we know they're not going to win.
Yep.
Despite the late entrance. Anyway, the next match was New Day versus Usos versus The Bar. What do you think about this one? Who'd you want to win?
I thought it was aight. I could have gone either way, honestly. I'm an Us fan right now, so I could have gone with the Us fan wins. But I think it was a pretty good match.
Yeah, this was a quick one, too. This was for tag titles.
Yeah.
The Bar had them. The Bar retained them. And, it was a brogue kick to Xavier Woods that did it. It was quick. It was sweet. And it's hard for the Usos and the New Day when they're involved to put out a bad match. They're just that good. And by default, not to say that the Bar's bad, but being involved with these guys, it's just almost a given conclusion that that's what's going to happen. And yeah, it was brief. It was fun. It was to the point. Yeah, man, a good start. You know what I'm saying? It was a good start. But that was it.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. The Bar retains.
Not a particularly good feud. It was just a good match.
Yeah, it was just a fun, entertaining, quickie match. Next came Braun Strowman, potentially. The question was he going to show up? Was he not? This was kind of interesting to me because a variety of things could happen. Now, I was rooting, and I think you were too, for Lars to just appear then and there and just kick Corbin's ass just because.
Or his diaper.
Or his diaper alone. Lars's, that is, not Corbin's, because he has one.
Oh, yeah.
This was supposed to be a TLC match, of course. And yeah, Corbin goes out there to gloat because he's a piece of shit. That's the only reason he did it. He's going to win by forfeit, etc. But Braun comes out, and admittedly, I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah,
I was
like, I kind of
Lars, man. So then I wanted Lars to kick his ass. But anyway, he comes out and he says, hey, TLC means no DQ, which means virtually anything can happen here.
You can have any boys help me.
Anybody can help me. And then I was like, Lars?
Yeah.
Of course, that was a pipe dream for me and you. But what we did get was the ending of Toy Story.
Yeah. Baron Corbin was Sid.
Yeah, everybody Baron Corbin fucked with just came out and, turned on him. And that was actually kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody that, he's kind of ruined. I say we know who really ruined them. But yeah, Corbin sucks nonetheless, so fuck it.
Storyline ruined.
And they, have their way with him. Sexually,
yeah, it was not fun to watch.
It was a lot of anal
sex.
Yeah, Corbin flees up the ramp, and boom, Angle's music hits. Angle comes out. That was pretty cool. It kind of brought things full circle.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a little spine tingle when his music hit and he came out because I was like, holy shit, it actually makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of made up for the fucking weeks of Baron Corbin that we had.
Yeah,
put up with.
Kind of.
Not to say that we're believing WWE's nonsense about it being his fault, but he just sucks ass.
So it was cool to see that.
It was cool to see an actual I hope, conclusion to it that made sense and paid off. So yeah, anyway, fucking Corbin obviously gets pinned after everybody does their finisher on him.
Yeah.
Again, super awesome. And, he gets pinned by Braun very nonchalantly, no less. And,
My favorite part was instead of saying the winner of this match is, they go, the loser of this match is Baron Corbin.
Best announcement ever. But yeah, man, that was pretty cool. Loved that. I expected to either hate it or be surprised by, or not be surprised by it. But yeah, it was a pretty pleasant little nugget there. Speaking of nuggets, at this point I had to take a massive turd. So I took my shit break and came back to find out that the turd was on TV. And that's because Natty and Ruby Riott had their tables match. Now, I will say this. One positive of this is, well, two positives. One, I got to see Ruby flop around, which I always love because she's my girl.
Yep.
And no matter how much WWE ruins her and underuses her, I will forever 69 her in my dreams. But the second positive was that at least it was a tables match, not like last TLC where we only got no tables match. But anyway, at least that. But that's not to say that this was a good match. This was, in fact, a horrible match. And, I hate to say that, but, at this point, they've just ruined Ruby. So, she should have won this. I don't care how controversial the stupid angle is. She should have won this because now she's lost all the way up to this match, basically. And now she's lost this match. So, what was the fucking point of it? Why drag a dead man out of his fucking grave for this?
So I think at this point, the Riot Squad is literally just losers.
Yeah, they're fodder. Yeah. Cannon fodder. Anyway, this fucking match, dude. Let's forget the match right now. The build-up to this match is... Come on, man. I realize that WWE does this all the time. Don't get me wrong. But isn't it time we stop fucking stomping on dead people?
Yeah. And we're literally literal grave dancers here.
Yeah, we grave dance on the weekly.
Yeah.
And we're like, can we not do that anymore?
As we stomp on corpses.
It's not that we're insulted, believe me. Grave dancing again. We do it. It's that it's just fucking hokey. It's shitty. I mean, I don't care how much.
If you're gonna do it effectively, in a way that makes sense, but they're always so lame and forced.
Yeah, man. And this was ineffective from the get-go.
Yeah.
When Natty cried over the broken glasses, which were obviously not the glasses, nobody was buying that shit. Nope. Nobody was reacting. Although the package to this match would let you believe that the boos were resounding as fuck.
Yeah.
We saw that shit.
No one
reacted. Nobody cared. There was laughter.
Not even crickets.
They counted her the fuck out, whatever. Anyway, the crowd was behind Natty for obvious reasons. And of course, both these girls are good. I know if you've never seen Ruby Riott before, you might not think that because fuck, they've ruined her. But anyway, there was, things that happened in this match. One thing that stood out for me was at one point, Natty bitch slaps the shit out of Ruby Riott. And then she audibly makes sure that she's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
That was kind of fucking funny. There was a lot of rough table moments, like Ruby and Natty both having trouble with the tables, taking too long to set up the spots. It was just a rough fucking match to watch and ultimately super pointless.
Natty does also had printed out Ruby Riott on her table.
Yeah, on her fucking table.
Which just begs the question, who's printing these things out and putting in this world?
Really, it begs this question. Are they selling those life-size stickers of Ruby Riott? Because if they are, I need to get one and then put it on my bed. I'm hoping it sticks. If not, I got the solution.
Yeah, it's going to stick, baby. You got the paste.
Obviously, Ruby lost because it doesn't even matter what the story is. Ruby and the squad are going to lose anyway. But, I guess if we're going to say something, Natty should have won. Because fuck, they're dragging a dead man out. Might as well let her win. Anyway, she got put through the table. That's how these things work. So that's no big surprise there. Next was a fucking stinker, dude. Shit my face. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, this was... Ooh.
Now, before anybody says, oh, you fat lard, you can't even move, stop criticizing our boys.
It doesn't matter that we can't move. We can still judge on a freaking match and woo.
No, fuck that. It's just a fucking straight up no, I shouldn't say that about Drew. He's not ruined yet. Finn Balor has been ruined. So I have zero investment in the story. although this last couple of weeks they've kind of made him a little bit more involved, but that's not enough for the shit they've dragged him through and stripped him of his character.
He smiles now, so that's good,
So
right?
that's a fucking thing. Anyway, Finn versus Drew. It wasn't a horrible match, but it was pretty dull. It's the problem because there was just no invested interest in it for me at all. I did kind of want Drew to win. I don't know. You didn't even care.
I didn't give a shit. I don't remember anything in this match other than Finn Balor got a pretty mean chop in the beginning.
Yeah.
And his chest was red for a while.
So that happened.
That was a thing.
Yeah, nothing really interesting happens other than Dolph Ziggler comes in and interferes at one point and kind of helps Finn Balor as a result. Getting a drop kick and finally a coup de grace on Drew, and he gets the win thus. So we can expect more of this drivel to come at us. But the fact that Ziggler is still involved kind of adds a little spice. It's a three-way thing now. So I don't know where it's going to go. The point is, it wasn't an exciting match. It was just a thing that happened.
Yeah.
It was like watching Venom. Well, I guess I watched that. Next. Literally next. Fuck that match. Anyway, Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. This was a chair match. This is another one that just happened.
Yeah. It was better than the other one.
It was better than the previous one, but ultimately it felt kind of like
phoned in.
A little phoned in, man. I mean, sometimes we expect that out of Randy Orton, but maybe not so much out of Rey Mysterio. It felt a little try hard. Like we got to use these chairs, bro. Let's bring them in.
The worst spot of which was the end, where they just set up like 50 chairs next to each other and nothing happens with them.
And nothing happens. Randy takes a shot off the seat of a chair, and then he turns around and sits down and waits to be decimated with a roll off the fucking chairs. Rey wins, and that was that. That was another one that just kind of came and went. You know what I'm saying?
Felt too long
for this chunk. Natty Ruby, Finn, Drew, and Rey and Randy. I was like, oh man, that's it. We saw the good ones and we're done. You know what I'm saying? I was dying inside. Anyway, between this and the next match was a backstage spot with Finn Balor and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph basically comes out and says, "Hey, I helped you win, you bitch," and then slaps him around. So again, we're gonna expect more of that shit come up later. But the next match, I gotta say, took me by surprise. It's Ronda versus Nia Jax. This was for the women's belt, of course. And we all know what the controversy behind Nia Jax has been these few weeks.
She's got big, long hands.
Yeah, she's fat. She punched someone, blah, blah, blah. You hate her. I get that. Whatever. It's an emotional sport to watch. Sport in quotations, of course. I get it.
Still real to me, damn it.
The point is that Nia cuts a shitty promo and is a mediocre wrestler. You know what I'm saying? But every now and then she can remind you of why maybe they want her there, other than the fact that she's huge, and by that I mean fat, like us. Just putting that out there.
I'm wearing her bodysuit under this shirt.
This is a match that I think, unless you're just being completely biased, reminds you why Nia should be in there. Maybe she shouldn't be partnered up with crap Mina, and maybe she shouldn't be cutting promos, but this was a great match, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about it, but it was fast-paced. They both worked excellently against each other. Nia looked like the menace she's supposed to be. A big, humongous, unstoppable force, powerful, relentless. That's exactly what she looked like in this, and Ronda looked like the talented and active force trying to stop this thing. It just worked wonders. It was a great match for me. I don't know what you think about. What do you think about this?
It was pretty good. It also helps that the previous 3 had sucked massive dingalings, so it was kind of like a little bit of a boost. Woke you up.
It was definitely a needed boost.
I think Ronda looked pretty good in this.
Mm-hmm.
Nia Jax kind of just took stuff, but she took it well. And when she did do moves, they were fine. She did pretty good. Yeah,
they really worked well off of each other, much more so than their previous time. It was like constant reversal from Ronda that looked fucking great. I mean, she's just so good. She's a fucking natural. And then, again, any haters, doubters, doesn't matter what you ultimately think about her as a person or character. talent-wise, she's proven her mettle yet again, her merit yet again in this match. And, kudos deserved to Nia. She showed that she can work with someone and make it look effective, which sometimes, admittedly, she does not. Here she was taking the moves and working with them to where they looked like she was actually being taken aback by them. So, yeah, I was really, really pleased with this match. It was fast-paced. It was exciting. Lots of step-up moves from Ronda that looked really fucking cool. Really good reversals were in play. Just fucking cool-ass match, man. I was really pleased with this. Anyway, it ended with Ronda with an armbar.
Yeah.
As you would expect. But it built up to that very well. There was so much in between. There was so much meat in between that, by the time it got there, it was a good wallop to it. So I really enjoyed that.
I don't love Ronda's armbar. It doesn't look impressive. But she sells it. So you're like, all right, whatever. So, yeah. I mean, it ended the way you thought it would. But it was a good build-up. My one negative on this match is that Nia Jax's suit was literally inside her anus. You could see every crevice, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, that thing is not hiding anything.
Ooh, that thing is hanging on for dear life.
Next, we had a backstage segment with Becky taking out the injured Nia, the defeated and humiliated Nia. And Becky basically said, "Don't do Nathan to me because I'm going to get you back."
Stop doing that shitty ass I broke her face thing. It's bad.
Yeah. And hopefully this spells the end for Nia's boasting about the face breaking thing. Because that was just cheap. I mean, cheap heat is what it was. She's just going to be hated forever because of that. So why continue to needle at it? Anyway, but they will probably. Next was, Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Woo! This was for the championship. I know probably everybody's going to fucking make like a seal on this match. I definitely am not. How about you?
This was a freaking snoozer, man.
Yeah, man.
It was boring as hell.
This should have been the new Daniel Bryan's, fucking highlight reel. It should have been a way to display his new heel tactics.
Yeah,
instead it was just vicious, a match.
Show him be vicious, and instead it was a really, really slow match.
Yeah, he didn't even have to be vicious. He just had to show something new. And there was nothing new here. There was just AJ and Daniel Bryan going at it.
And not even really doing any of their cool moves.
Yeah.
Or flowing well together. They're just kind of standing around for a while.
It was a definition of bland, Effective, sure, as a wrestling thing. Exciting? No. It was really not exciting. Just a thing that was happening in front of me.
Like Venom.
And so it instantly deflated me after the previous match. I was like, what the fuck, man? These are two of the best workers. And again, I'm not saying this is a horrid match, technically speaking. It's just in terms of their characters, what the fuck happened here? Nothing. No development, nothing. It was just a fucking match.
Yeah.
Nothing special about it. Nothing cool happened in it. Daniel Bryan, rolls over AJ into, they were kind of interchanging, reversing cradles, and he ultimately gets the advantage. So a lame ending to it as well. Anyway, Daniel Bryan retains, blah, blah, blah. The world moves on. And move on it did. And that's Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose.
Woo!
Another stinker.
Yeah.
This is for the IC title. Yeah, man. The crowd said it all. This was boring.
Yeah.
Boop.
I do want to say that I thought it was less boring than...
yeah, it definitely was less boring than the previous one.
But it was just... It was too long.
Yes, excessively long.
Same with Daniel Bryan with AJ, but this one felt long, man.
Yeah, it was just too much. And I don't mean too much as there were too many spots, too many things to take in. No, it was just literally too much fucking time invested in a match that should have relatively been quick. Honestly, Dean should have just won as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Really cemented himself as a threat versus he thinks people stink, which
Yeah.
is the worst thing they could have done to his heel turn.
The only thing that I found entertaining in this entire match was the kind of banter between Corey and Renee. Because it was actually kind of entertaining and their weird little feud they got
I actually
going.
hate that because, listening to it week in and week out, it's like, what's the point of this? What is the point of you needling her over and over, even in character? I know it's in character, but what's the fucking point? she's always gonna say, "I don't know anything," and that doesn't deliver anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it actually kind of makes me uncomfortable.
but
Like,
I
shut
think
the fuck up, Corey.
she actually was getting back at him and shit. So there was something there, and it was at least it wasn't freaking garbage match that was going on.
No,
So
at
it was
least it wasn't
something
a
to listen. It
Tunga.
was something to listen to.
Anyway, it ended with dirty deeds to Seth from old Dean Ambrose there, and that's a fucking thing. So now you might be thinking, you said this was pretty good at the beginning there, Ahab. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, I think this is an example of the matches that shine being so, upfront and quality that they made the event shine. So all those stinkers aside, the next match, the final match, which it should have been, was the first ever TLC match. It was for the SmackDown Women's Championship. As we know, the beloved Becky Lynch had it in her hands, and there's been this whole hubbub between her and Charlotte, and recently Asuka has been entered into the picture. Now, there was something previous to this match, in between segments, where Ronda backstage said that, what did she say?
That's good. I don't know.
What the fuck? That's pretty good listening.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ronda basically said she's not gonna forget what has been done to her, that she's been wronged. So this eventually paid off in this match in a pretty awesome way, at least in my opinion. Anyway, the match was a TLC match, of course. So what were we to expect from the first TLC match between these women? First of all, I gotta say they picked the right three women to do this. Or the right women. They didn't necessarily have to be three women, but they did pick three women, and those three women just happened to be some of the top talent. So, do you think they delivered in terms of a TLC match, this being the first for women?
Yeah, I think if this match wasn't in this event, it would have been a stinker. But I think this kind of made up for it. I think it was pretty damn great. Some painful ass spots. It was pretty damn exciting throughout.
Yeah, this was, in fact, pulse-pounding action from the get-go, I gotta say. Some great spots in this, man. Becky took a really nasty spot on a ladder at the beginning. Her lower back just hit one of those, steps. Really nasty. Her ass went into the hole and everything.
Yeah. Just calling spots really loud.
She was calling spots really loud, I will say that. But then again, Asuka probably needs to have shit yelled at her.
Yeah.
Because fuck, she can't speak English.
Nope.
But anyway, there was some great spots. A big notable spot, of course, was Becky taking the big old ladder out there and driving herself through Charlotte. It was really supposed to be Charlotte and Asuka. Of course, Asuka slips out of it, but she went through the announcer's table on Charlotte. And the thing is, the table didn't give way, so she landed on Charlotte's fucking midsection. Charlotte audibly was in pain.
Yep.
And, even let out an old "oh fuck" in the mix. But yeah, that was a really good spot, man. It looked painful. I'm sure it was. And it just looked good. And it was good to see spots like that. Again, showing that these women can do just as well as men in this type of situation, which has always been a concern, I know, of the WWE. Safety. Granted, a good concern. But anyway, I think the controversial spot here was Ronda's involvement. Because Ronda Rousey did come out as the match came to, its boiling point. All three of them were scrabbling for the fucking title up on the ladders there. Asuka got thrown down, and it became between Charlotte and Becky. At this point, Ronda comes out, tilts them off tilts the entire ladder, and they get bumped off the rope, giving Asuka the chance to get the belt. Now, I don't know how ultimately the reaction will come out from fans out there. I know that when she came out and it became obvious what she was going to do, there was an adverse reaction, boos and all that jazz. Obviously, Becky is the favored one. But when the results were finalized and Asuka won, there was a lot of pleased people as well. Because really, Asuka needed to be treated this way a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it's good to see Asuka getting her place, but it's also good to see that they did it in a way that kind of elevates everybody to a new level. Now Becky and Charlotte, they're already at the top. So it's no thing for them to get back into the championship scene. Obviously, they're already involved in it. Asuka now has been boosted to the top. Ronda now has heat should she need it, or should they need to turn that against her at any time. It just works out. And we don't know exactly how, the talent shuffle is going to work. So that just lays the foundation for a variety of future scenarios should they come to fruition. It was just a good, well thought out match in terms of storytelling, in terms of the spots. Yes, there were a few rough spots, as you would expect. They've never really done this before in this at this level. But overall, the match was a rousing success, I'd say. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty good. I got the tingles again when Asuka got up there because she's my girl. So that was cool. I'm curious how this is going to turn out, which is always good. I hope it's not ass, but we're not judging the future, judging the current. And I think it was pretty damn good. I am curious to see what the reaction is going to be. And, Ronda, people are kind of already turning on her, so I wonder if that was like an intentional, maybe they're hinting at a turn of some sort, which I'd be fine with. I think she'd be good as a heel. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see indeed. The point is, we did see this fucking thing, and though a lot of the matches, or a handful of the matches, really zonked us out of the zone, I gotta give kudos to the good matches in this. Most notably for me, the entertaining first segment, which got me in the spirit of watching. Then I was taken out of it. But I think, above all, the Ronda Nia match and the final conclusive match, the big match that everybody wanted to, those two delivered so well that I don't even care that the other fucking matches happened that bored me or just annoyed me or made me wonder why the fuck they were even there. So on those merits alone, I'm going to give it a final score of 7. And again, mainly it's because of those two matches and the fact that I was entertained at the beginning. What do you final thoughts?
I would agree. I would agree with that way of thinking, but I feel like we've been doing this too much with the last several events, where it's just like, oh, there's 2 good matches, the rest are shit.
Well, see, the way I see it, we have to do it that way because otherwise, WWE offerings right now are at 0. To be honest with you, they're fucking garbage offerings. So we got to take the good with fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? And the good, I think you'll agree, at least in this regard, in terms of why I said this. When it shines, it shines. And I think it's shown here, the good. But anyway, this is reasoning for why I would grade it that way. But anyway, what would be your grade?
0. 3. Honestly, the rest of it was garbage. There was 2 good matches and 1 entertaining one. But the rest of it was shit. I will give that last match like a 9.5. But the rest was really bad. I'll give it a 4.
Is that your final thought?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's what we think about this. Let us know what you think. What match pleased you? What matches didn't? I'm sure that would be a long list. Anyway, in the meantime, hit like, share, subscribe, and those notification buttons because we are out of here.